super grateful today actually that there is no power out situation. There is still power out somewhere in the city, 10 hours worth of power out, and somehow our area was saved from the power out situation, which I'm thankful for. That's why I was able to like film here comfortably with an electric fan on. But yeah, I'm just dropping in here. I don't know for which vlog this is going to come in, but I just want to talk about how I'm having a very good start. I hope I don't jinx myself, but I'm having a good start when it comes to my reading. I did finish Haunting of Hill House already. It took me a day to finish it, but it's a short book. It's like 7 hours long for an audiobook, so me listening to it at 2 times speed is like super quick. But it's not that spooky. I don't know why. I don't know why if whether or not I am like jaded when it comes to horrific stories, but nah, I wasn't that super scary. I was like interested in Haunting of Hill House because there is this like comment that I've read somewhere that it was inspired by the Winchester house, wherein this woman who's haunted by the souls of the people who have been killed by the firearms that were manufactured by their family's her family's company. So she added more and more rooms in her house in order to run away from the ghosts or confuse the ghosts. And so I thought Haunting Hill House was something of that sort, but it's like a investigation, I guess, like a paranormal investigation book. And also, I'm kind of disappointed with the Dark Prophecy in Trials of Apollo. I keep mixing those two up. Trials of Apollo. I did finish it last night. It was okay. It was kind of draggy though, but it was okay. Apollo was more annoying in this one compared to the first book. The first book, I really loved how it went because he was more realizing that he loves his children and wants to protect them. This one, he reverted back to like, nah, whatever, which is kind of annoying. But I do appreciate that all of the prophecies that were presented in that book, all of the prophecies in the series, has been different types of poetry. And I did take like poetry and literature while I was still in school, so I did learn all of the patterning, all of like different types of poetry, like sonnets, haiku, whatever else there, ABAB pattern, whatever. So I appreciate it quite a bit. So I moved on actually to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and I'm like 5 chapters into the book. I was thinking I'm going to do 5 chapters a day because it's a classic. This is going to be my second classic for this month, which I am so happy about. I will try my best to knock out as much classics that I am interested in reading as I can, while I still have the motivation to read those. But 5 chapters in and the monster is already there and I'm like so confused. It's only 24 chapters, the edition that I have, but already. So I'm like, okay, I really wanted to read more last night, but I'm like, sleep. I need sleep. So I'm working on TBR quite well. I have not touched Avalon yet. I was super busy in the office yesterday, even though it's like kind of boring, but yeah. I also started The Savage Song, actually, the first chapter of The Savage Song, and I'm not vibing with it. Like, the first chapter, there was an arson happening. And like, I know V. Schwab has always been like having scenes wherein there are fires, or like suffocating or something. Like the villain series has a fire scene wherein a mansion got burned down. I won't mention which one. There is fire related situations in the Darker Shade of Magic. And then for City of Ghosts, I can't remember if there's a fire situation. I don't think so. But there's like a suffocating scenario. So I don't know. Like V. Schwab has always those fire related scenes. But I'm going to push forward because it's quite easy to read. And yeah, so far that's it. I actually went out a few days ago to look for The Sun and the Star for my standalone pick for my TBR. Because I do have an electronic copy. I do have an ebook of it, but I wanted to read it physically and maybe annotate or tab it because I love Nico D'Angelo and Will Solis. But the bookstore that I went to doesn't have it, and I'm kind of disappointed, so I'm going to go to the mall maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. And yeah, that's the update so far for this vlog. I don't know which vlog this is going to, because I know that I will have a birthday vlog of some sort, but this kind of doesn't count for that weekend. So we'll just see. You'll see this video somewhere along the line. So I am filming a couple of things today because it is Sunday. I'm sorry if you could hear the fan. I've noticed that this whole day has been pretty productive because I've been going back to my old videos wherein I have not placed any of the end card related stuff. I haven't put any end card since like April of this year. So I backtracked all of the videos that I don't have an end card for, and now I finally finished updating it. My computer is super old. I had it since college, so I graduated 2018. I had that computer since 2015, I guess. So it's almost 10 years old, and it is struggling a little bit. So it took me like a few hours to finish doing that, but I've been productive. I've been listening through some of my old videos and noticed how loud the fan is. So I do apologize. However, it's just super hot. I can muster not turning the fan on if like there is like a little bit of wind, but there is no wind, super humid, so I really have to turn it on. But anyway, I have edited a bunch of videos over the weekend, pretty productive on that front, and I have like a bunch of videos coming up. I don't know, this video is probably going to come up after all of the videos that I filmed, so I'm mentioning it now, like it's in the past for you guys. And now I'm just here for like updates on how the week has been. It's Sunday today, the 6th of October. It's supposed to be power out today again, but I don't think there is going to be one. So many forecasts today and stuff that aren't following through. Like today is supposed to be gonna rain based on the forecast, but it's not raining, it's super hot. And yeah, I just spent today doing the end cards and then filming, editing, and uploading stuff, scheduling it for next week so that you guys have like a full week of videos. It has always been that case when it comes to my October videos. I have been posting like October daily videos for the past couple of years, except I think last year. And this year I wasn't intentionally doing it, but things have been fun and I wanted to film more videos, and so that's what happened. And yeah, I am almost through with this Frankenstein book. This vlog is like going to be a reading vlog of some sort. I have finished 2 books so far, which is The Haunting of Hill House and The Dark Prophecy. I'm going to finish Frankenstein today. Hopefully I still have like 100 pages left, but I'm thinking I'm like, I want to rant about this book. I've ranted to Angel, my best friend, about this book because somehow we are getting into like the creation of this monster, and then suddenly this monster knows how to talk. Like, for one, there was this one part wherein he just learned what rain is, or like what the precipitation is called. Now that he talks more to his creator about this family that he has been like watching and observing, learning from. It's like a little kid trying to observe and learn, basically. And he has this whole backstory of this family, and I'm like, what am I reading? Why is this even relevant? I like think it's relevant because it's like him learning like the dynamics of a family and learning what it is to be human. However, the things that he talks about is like drama and like gossip. It's basically gossip of this backstory of this family, and like I don't understand how it is that in the beginning he was like learning what rain and unhappiness is, to suddenly talking about like this trial because there is this case that involves this family and like all of the people that have been tried under this law, and like this like jailbreak situation, and like the agreements between like the Turks and this group of people. Like, how do you know these dynamics when you just learned what rain is? But yeah, I'm still going to finish it. It's kind of boring actually, perfectly honest, but it's fine. I've been trucking along, speeding through this. I was thinking of bringing this to like my birthday weekend, but then I think I'm just going to end up finishing this and bring along another book from my TBR. I've been super good with my TBR recently. I hope I don't jinx myself with that, because after Frankenstein, I have already started This Savage Song by V. Schwab, and to me, This Savage Song feels like the anime Tack Up mixed with, what is that anime? I forgot. Let me look it up. So to me, it's like in between Tack Up and Heavenly Delusion, wherein it is a post-apocalyptic sort of story wherein the city is divided into 2 factions. The faction wherein they are doing the best that they can to protect their people, and the other faction is they let the monsters that happen to be let loose in the city go about freely, and then whoever wants protection must pay this sort of ruler in order to protect them. And it's related to music in a way. Monsters and music always makes me think of Tacked Up, and like civil disturbances situation reminds me a little bit of Heavenly Delusion. And the main characters are the supposed heirs, or like the kids of the two supposed political leaders, we shall call them. And so far so good. And I don't think that this is a spoiler, because it is in the synopsis on Goodreads, but one of them is actually a monster, or like in a way is able to, like, the system is that with the use of music they could like steal a soul or something. And I have not reached that point yet. The point that I am in right now is like they're going to school, and I don't know if they're like in the same school or something like that. But so far I am getting into the story. It's kind of a bit long. I see that it is like 400 something pages long, which to be fair is like the correct amount of pages for a visual book. But yeah, I'm thinking of like ending this vlog once I finish Frankenstein, and maybe in the middle of the Savage Song, but we'll see. I'm planning on like ending this vlog anyway before I go out for my birthday. So yeah, that is the update so far, and I'll talk more once I finally finish with this Frankenstein book. I really like this edition though. I have an edition of Dracula and Picture of Dorian Gray in this edition, and it's the Timeless Books one. And also, speaking of Picture of Dorian Gray, there is actually an uncut or uncensored version of the Picture of Dorian Gray, and my friend Abby actually told me that. I was not aware. So I actually got an ebook copy of it. I found it online, and I have the Picture of Dorian Gray book in this edition. I've already read Picture of Dorian Gray in another edition, and I'm thinking that I want to tandem read that, like the book and then the uncensored version, and I want to take notes in the book on what the difference are, and maybe look for a physical copy of the I don't think the uncensored one has a physical copy, to be perfectly honest, but we'll see. We'll see. I will update you guys once there's anything else to update. Good morning. I finally finished the 2 books that I promised to finish, like I promised to myself, I guess, to finish. I finished Frankenstein as well as The Savage Song. So, a little bit of like thoughts on Frankenstein, like my last thoughts, I guess, on Frankenstein after like the rant that I gave to multiple people about this book. I ended up giving it a 2.5 stars as a compromise because I was in between 2 and a 3, and I just decided 2.5 is fine. It wasn't for me. To me, I expected, I guess, a very gothic horror spooky book, but all I got was like a lot of like introspection and also gossip. I guess like this monster is like actually a sort of mad genius creation in a way also, because only in a year did he manage to went from learning what rain was to learning all about these political stuff and learning how to frame a person for the murder that he did. And it was also interesting, but in a way, a lot of the areas in the book are kind of boring. Like, I understand why it was given, like that background of the monster and how he grew to learn through observation of this certain family and their family dynamics and like the events that happened to this family. However, it's still like, it reminds me of like that psychology theory wherein everybody is a blank slate, and then we are influenced by our environment on what behaviors we end up developing as we grow older. So that's my last thought on Frankenstein. Next we have here is The Savage Song by V. Schwab. It took me like 4 days to finish because I wasn't, like, at first I forgot to bring my phone that has the e-reader on, and I also was not feeling like up to reading, but I managed to finish it, and boy did I not expect to give this a 5-star book. It was slow at first, at least for me. Introduction of like the city of Verity and the two factions that fight for the the leadership of the city after this post-apocalyptic scenario war phenomenon wherein these monsters started to manifest. I don't think we have like the reason why they started manifesting, but there are in this book 3 sorts of monsters: the Korsai, the Malkai, and the Sunai. They are formed from different sins of man. Like, one is like a minor general offense and like major catastrophe. Of like sins, like different, of course, like disasters that are in the hands of man. That's how they manifest. And we are following a girl from the faction wherein her father believes that you have to pay to get protection from these monsters, and the other one is more of like must protect the people at all costs by killing the monsters. And it was kind of chaotic, but that's why it reminds me a little bit of Heavenly Delusion as well as Tap of Destiny, because there is a musical aspect to it. I think the reason why I gave this a 5-star is because of course, the ending where the action actually happened. It is written in the synopsis, so it's not necessarily a spoiler, but there was a botched assassination that happened, and the 2 main characters ended up running away from everyone that they know and believed in, and there's something that happened, they're being chased, and that's the extent of what I'm going to tell you, because it's quite interesting. Like, push through the first few chapters, and then in a way V. Schwab already grabbed me at like in the first 8 or 9 chapters, I guess, of the book. I do notice, like, I did read Villains series, as well as A Darker Shade of Magic and City of Bones by V. Schwab. So those are the 3. This is the 4th series that I have read from her, and I noticed that she always gives her female character some sort of like an almost angsty teen, almost like super rebellious, wanting to prove herself sort of vibe. And at first I wanted to give this a 4-star because I did not really like that trait in like female main characters, in this case Kate Harker, but Kate is better than Delilah Bard from Darker Shade of Magic series. She's less obnoxious. She takes risks, but somehow has her head on her shoulders, sort of risk taker. Like, she thinks before she risks stuff and knows how to preserve herself. Unlike Delilah, who's just like, go in the line of fire and see if I stay alive or not situation, which I appreciate about Kate. But in a way, it's not necessarily a love story, even though the main characters is a male and a female who is like in close proximity with each other. I don't find that there is a romance in this. And yeah, there is like a few patterns to V. Schwab's book that I have noticed, and I don't want to spoil it because, anyway, if you have read V. Schwab books, I guess you have already known what pattern I am talking about with the ending with the main characters, but it's not in a romantic sense. But I am quite excited to read the second part of this, which is this dark duet, I guess. Yeah, it's a duology, and I do like my series short, so I am quite pleased with this. 5-star, at least a 5-star for this week of reading after like the disaster that was these 2 classic books. But yeah, I guess 4 books, 4 from my October TBR in the first 1.5 weeks of the month. I am feeling very strong. I am still thinking of whether or not I will start The Will of the Many first, or The Body Scout, or I might pick up Dracula, because I really need like a gothic horror book that is classic, that needs to work. But yeah, I might pick up an audiobook or something. But that is for the reading for this week. I did have my weekly journal here. So this is from last week when I finished the other 3 books, and then this is for the current week. It's actually Thursday today as I'm filming this. And yeah, I really need to finish editing this video before my weekend with my best friend on Saturday. So yeah, I really enjoy this color scheme of mine that I've chosen. I chose red for my birthday month colors. But yeah, and also another like tangent, I guess, because we are in the journaling side after the reading vlog. I did pull out my Kinbor and decided on making this bullet journal situation, because I have been thinking that I have been using this as like a journaling page mainly to record my dreams, because I want to record my dreams with the intention of choosing all of those horrific dreams that I have, some Freudian, some quite horrific, and turn it into a horror anthology. But I haven't been having vivid dreams lately, but I do have 5 concepts to that book, so maybe I could start, because I'm planning to do NaNoWriMo next month. So I did put in here like tabs on what my yearly pages will be for a bullet journal sense. This is the Kinbor A6 grid notebook. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I've been thinking about it all week and not having enough sleep. I don't know why, but I have been feeling quite like I've experienced insomnia this day, and then last night I couldn't really sleep that much, but I slept earlier than this. Slept at 3 on the Monday evening, Tuesday morning, and then last night I guess I slept at around 12-ish, 11-ish, which is better, I guess. But yeah, that is it for the week. I hope you enjoyed. I really like that I was able to knock out 4 titles from my TBR this week, because I am having this feeling that I might not get into Avalon or like not finish it. And the Body Scout, I will try my best. I thought about, like, when I did my October TBR, I was thinking I would bring Frankenstein to my birthday sleepover situation. Good thing that I did not do that, because I was fairly disappointed, and I don't want to be disappointed bringing a book and then not liking bring a book to that occasion and not liking it. So I might end up bringing my e-reader to read The Will of the Many during that slumber party situation. I don't think we're going to do a 24-hour reading vlog on Sunday because I am still going out and it's going to be troublesome. So I will think of another 24-hour reading vlog situation for probably the end of October. There is something in the works, and I hope you look forward to that. And I hope that this is an more okay setup to the Cozy and Chaos episodes, because I have been thinking about it, and there's like I'm not going to follow a certain strict schedule when it comes to posting these Cozy and Chaos episodes, just making it the theme. So thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, guys, take care. Bye.